I'm gonna play some Pillars of Eternity too. I'll get it out of the way that I played. You know, I can actually check. This game doesn't have tab out sound. It makes me super sad. Let's see. I played the first one for 2 hours. That's it. I I was liking it. Sort of. I don't really have the best opinion on the first one. I only played it for 2 hours. Didn't really have that much to say about it. I did like the mechanics. I did like the features. Just didn't like all the reading, to be honest. The game desperately needed more voice acting, and I mean, if you watch me play other games where they do this choppy voice acting, where they give you a voice acted line, and then you got to read the next thing, and then a voice acted line, all in the same block of text. That bugs me. So, couldn't really get past it. However, I'm gonna try something new with this game, since it doesn't voice act everything, which is sad. I guess I'm gonna read some stuff, and you know me, I don't read nothing. So, let's get into this. Let's get into what will most likely be a 2 hour, well, 2 hours of getting into character creation and all that other stuff. So, let's do this. Okay. I played Divinity Original Sin 2 on the highest difficulty, and it started off pretty rough, but I think if I could do Divinity Original Sin 2 on the highest difficulty, I think I could do this game on the highest difficulty. Let's see. Largest number of enemies, makes enemies more powerful, utilizes the most devious AI. Can't be changed in-game, is only intended for players who want the most punishing encounters. I do not want the most punishing encounters. But we're gonna do it. Let's see, expert mode. No, I want that. Not gonna do this. I think what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna do a, what do they call it? Bronze Man? What did I call it? Or what do they call it in XCOM? Where you don't reload unless, you have to. I might do something like that. Let's see. Level scaling provides a consistent level of challenge to players when exploring Deadfire. While enabled, enemies within a scene will adjust their level up or down. Critical path. I guess we'll do all. Teams will only scale their level upwards to keep pace with players who arrive at a higher level than intended. I think I'm gonna do that. I've been watching a few streamers play, and they've regretted not checking that. So let's just make every fight a 2-hour fight. Here we go. No regrets. No regrets. I have the music down at 15%. I'm hoping that's enough. I hope it's enough. I ordered a new chair, by the way. Cost me, I think, $50. Please don't be loud. Please don't be loud. Please don't be loud.
Aora. A world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, You witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a Watcher. One who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods. Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
And so saith the words of the ancients. Please don't be loud.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse? Must have told it 100 times.
This is gonna be loud.
But something got to gnawing at me.
Apologies in advance.
Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. That maybe the gods weren't finished with us. I used to dream that when my god came back, he would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death. Follow your memories. You have been here before.
Okay. I think the audio levels seemed much better that time. I think. Well, we'll run it, I guess. I'll keep an eye on it.
You have seen past the shroud. You are a Watcher now, and a Watcher you will stay.
A Watcher sees souls, knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
Real quick. It's actually still incredibly loud. I'm gonna do that. I'll keep the voices the same.
A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
What is this?
The wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
Font size might be too big. I can increase and decrease that. I thought that was really cool. I think the sound might be still too loud, but I think I'm going to keep the voices the same. I don't know. We're going to get into character creation. I'm probably going to spend the entire day on character creation anyway, so whatever.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage. You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved, merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches. The creases of the dwarf's face tighten into a smile as he gives you a courteous nod.
Ooh, look at this. Would like to see an FPS counter.
Sit. Please. Sit. Please.
Tutorials! Click on the highlighted objects to interact with them. Each type of object has its own basic interaction. Doors will open and close. Locked objects will be unlocked. Items will be picked up. People in the world will speak to you, and enemies will be attacked.
Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in. A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times.
Music's a little low.
She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
Select which history took place during Pillars of Eternity, or select a Pillars of Eternity endgame save to import. Wish to create a custom, you may do so from options on the main menu if you're having difficulties. Oh. I guess that's what I could have done. Pillars of Eternity, you returned the lost Hollowborn souls to the Deerwood children. I don't know what like any of these mean. As you had pledged to Ilia. You were kind and merciful to people you encountered, sympathetic to their pain, and charitable to those who needed help. Yeah, right. Return the souls to the wheel as you'd pledged to Barath. Most other choices were judicious and balanced, tempered by rational thought and fairness rather than sympathy or emotion. I like that one. You used the souls to strengthen the Deerwood, as you had pledged to Gallowayne. Most other choices were made to strengthen you or your allies while punishing and weakening your enemies. I like that one. Assign the souls to oblivion as you had pledged to Remirgand. You left a wake of physical destruction and spiritual annihilation wherever you went, seeking to bring a final end to all things. That one sounds great. You pledged to co-sign the souls to oblivion as Remirgand requested, but you ultimately gave the souls to Wodaka. Supported maintaining the gods' secret as well as your own. Okay. Everything bad. You did everything wrong. You pledged to do the bidding of every god and then scatter the souls to a random location. You got every companion killed. You got the worst outcome for every quest. If there is a mistake you could have made while still resolving the crisis, you made it. Not suggested for new players. I believe this one, like, you don't get any companions or something like that, which is something I'm interested in, but I'm not going to do that one. I like fair and balanced. Actually, I basically like... I mean, Dark Times is cool, but I like 5, 3, and 2 the most. Man, you must be a real low totem pole god to be the god of doorways. Just saying. I think I'm gonna go with fair and balanced.
Does everything appear to be in order? Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Berath. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge. The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
I'll say 1. Is this? Sure, let's do 2.
And though you could have broken your pledge when you defeated Theos at Sun and Shadow, you did not. Admirable.
She delicately places a card on the table. A bell in a tower. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you. The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothus. Of this we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are.
That's a lot of stuff to go through. Okay.
Though Aothus stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between. You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced watcher to find him.
Oh yeah, I'm getting too immersed. Am I dead?
No, but neither is your body truly alive. Your lungs draw breath, your heart pumps blood, but your flesh is as soulless as a hollowborn. That is, until I return you.
She delicately places a card upright on the table. The art depicts souls flowing out of a pillar of Audra.
Option 1 is so noble. We're not noble. Then let's get on with it.
Good. Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life in death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Character creation! Oh, yes.